Let's see. All right.
Set here.
Iron Palace Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast that has somehow, some way, made it 1 year.
Woo! I mean, how many podcasts fold within the first 20 episodes?
What calendar are we using?
The
Gregorian?
we're using the Mayan calendar.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not smart enough to know more than one calendar. I'm using Holland's calendar. But anyways, yeah, we've somehow made it a year. I don't know that I thought we wouldn't make it a year, but I also didn't think we would make it a year.
I suggested an in memoriam segment for our year. We could have done like our relationship with Canada with a candle and like different people that have stood us up with a candle.
Could have done 1,000 Candles in the Wind from Parks and
Little
Rec.
Sebastian.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Just looking at our episode list, we've got 50 episodes as of recording right now. There are 50 episodes.
It doesn't feel like 1 over 100 either. Looking back.
I mean, first episode was just me and Holland
Yeah.
at my dad's table. That was it.
How far you've come.
Yeah.
That was, well,
Yeah. First episode
hey,
was
listen, we're balling now.
I'm pretty sure one of the first things I said in that episode was, "What'd you hit today in the gym?"
Yeah.
Like, was how lame that was.
Yeah.
And I don't consider us hitting a stride until like at least episode 20.
Yeah. I'm not sure if
Just leave me be, dog.
we hit a stride or we just quit falling.
Yeah, it's falling with style.
We went from falling to stumbling, maybe.
Yeah, y'all agree with that. I mean, even some of our names, like the very first one with Jake, Back End Metrics. Not bad. That was one you weren't here for. That was like the little couple episodes you had to miss for work. So that was the first Jakey episode. And then the first Japan episode was Every Bathroom Has a Bidet.
Which I did not know.
You didn't know that?
Not about
sink.
Japan, no.
Yeah.
What?
Every bathroom has a bidet, so you didn't know that. It's like, yeah, I kept thinking it was a sink the whole time.
Boot washer? Well, there's a water fountain.
Yeah. You should get your water tested. There's a high mineral count in here. I can taste it.
But yeah. So, what was some of y'all's favorite episodes or favorite guests?
That one we did that one time.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
You're really, really helping add to the conversation here.
That one where we laughed a lot and made fun of Caleb.
Yeah.
That's every episode.
We'll
Literally
discuss
every
the
one
Other
of
Man's
them.
life.
You know, the dude that called Cannonballs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I can't remember his name right now
what is
either.
his name? What is his name? I think that episode somehow the stories of strength, you know, like the Iron Parables or whatever. I think they kind of hit their stride there.
I agree. 'Cause I think that was one of the first ones that I kind of locked on to more of the vaudeville act side of it. And
Adam?
no, it was not the Mighty Adam. I don't remember. It was the first episode you were on for, Alan.
Oh, the Call of the Yeti or something. The Song of the Yeti, the Call of the Yeti.
Yeah, it was Hear the Yeti Roar.
Yeah.
But
that's one of my. I like that episode quite a bit. I feel like we hit a pretty good stride there, or hit a good pacing. You know,
I agree. I think that was whenever I first started to figure out how to line out the show, so that we actually had something to talk about other than our competitions.
Yeah.
and as much as I love talking about like current strongmen or like just powerlifting strongman, I feel like the vaudeville showman side of things are a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertaining to hear like, Mark Henry still got that showman side of it, but like his powerlifting and Olympic lifting background is interesting to hear about. But then like the story about him breaking a chain because the guy forgot to saw part of it, to me, way more entertaining than just saying dude deadlifted 1,100 pounds.
Exactly, and if you're not in the strength world,
right,
a deadlift isn't as impressive as barehandedly breaking.
Yep.
Everybody's seen Tony get red faced and lift some weights at Planet Fitness. Like it doesn't quite translate.
Yeah, that's what they've got in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the old showman things make it more relatable.
Yeah.
For strength, so like you say, a guy did a human bridge and drove a car over him.
Yeah.
Way more entertaining than saying dude lifted 1,100 pounds.
Right.
Just on a bar. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's really impressive. And all these new strong men are obviously way stronger than I'll ever dream to be. But just, I don't know. I'm more drawn to that part of strongman, which is why I'm excited for the new Shaw Classic that's coming up, the Strongest on Earth. Have you seen it? Where Brian Shaw's got a leg press that's got a car on top of the leg press. And it's just plate loadable car. Like, that's insane. Or like the World's Strongest Man competition this year, they did the overhead press, the Viking press, but they had like a big stone on top, so it looks like he's Atlas holding the earth, but pressing it. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we need to go back to that kind of stuff.
Yep.
What about you, Dave? Huh?
You see where John Furr mentioned something about competing at the Shaw Classic? He had a post mention something about competing there this year.
That'd be dope.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I don't remember this episode.
I hope you don't remember it. It's just now happening.
Like picking a favorite, it's kind of like a dartboard for me.
Well, take a shot. We got 50 episodes to choose from.
27, number 27.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one felt nice.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because from the beginning, I never numbered these, and I've noticed this about every 10 episodes that I don't number them.
How do you know it's every 10 if you don't number them?
Exactly.
You go by feel.
That's why he's estimating.
You said 27?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Everybody knows math is
6,
the
7,
thing
8,
you feel,
9,
not the thing you know.
Right.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, we're getting
18,
close.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
26, 28.
25, 26, 27. It's 'cause Dale said so.
Oh, well.
That's a banger. I think we all remember that one.
I mean, that just feels like a David episode.
That was where we talked about the Thomas Inch dumbbell.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't remember what we talked about the Thomas Inch dumbbell. I'm kind of with Dave on a lot of these. I don't remember them.
Yeah, well, it's like Mom will listen to the podcast, and then she'll be like, "So what were you guys? What did this?" I'm like, "You're going to have to give me more context."
Yep.
You have to somehow find a way to get me in the same exact headspace to where I have that thought again, because I'm not going to be able to recollect it.
Yeah, half the time, like whenever I listen back to the episodes after they come out, so that even though I edit them, I do all this stuff, and I've listened to them through at least once before it hits. I like to just be the spectator, where I'm not having to worry about editing or anything. I like to just listen to it. And so many times I'll hear something and I'll go, oh, man, I should have said that. And then I'll say it. I was like, oh, apparently I did think the same thing I'm thinking, but I didn't remember it.
Yeah, you're just a little faster when you're listening.
Yeah, I was like, man, that would have. So I really don't remember them.
The Thomas, was that the inch dumbbell? Was that after we had been to Buffalo?
I don't. Maybe.
Because I was just wondering, because maybe we did the episode on it because you lifted the actual.
I mean, it's possible.
The actual weight, Thomas Inch dumbbell.
I don't even see. I don't remember when we went.
I mean,
I know we named it. Oh, there's Buffville. So yeah, it was after.
Yeah, that was you. That was you bragging, probably.
Probably.
I lifted the full weight Thomas Inch dumbbell.
Well, I did, dog.
Yeah, and you got 200 pounds off the ground.
I did. Don't mean to brag, but
it's well. I mean, I'm doing it for you because that was ridiculous. I mean, that's I mean that's Brian Shaw-esque.
They do say we look alike.
They do.
From the back.
Yeah.
In the dark.
They both got a donk, you know what I'm saying?
Got that dump truck.
Well, yeah. Speaking
It's
of
dark
dump,
enough you can't see their silhouette. They look identical.
speaking of dump truck, that was our 4th episode was the Cades Cove Cougars dump truck. And quite frankly, that's a nickname I forgot we gave you.
Yeah.
I was on my bullshit early.
Early.
Well, the very first one you were on.
That came from the second episode, I think.
I think so.
No, I think it was the third.
Oh.
The only reason I think so is because I think the third is titled Renaissance Rangers. And I'm fairly confident. Dave, were you there whenever we had Frank on?
I think that was the first one I did, wasn't it?
I think so, but
Yeah.
I think the Renaissance Rangers might have been the first boys episode.
I think so.
So, because, yeah, the Cades Cove Cougars dump truck was with Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
And really, that's what started us down the showmanship side of Strongman, is talking about, like, your and his family history of stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just kind of been the theme of where we're at. What about you, Alan? You're our newest member, but what's been your favorite so far?
I don't know. Just listening to him. Probably Chad Clark and his raccoons and
Yeah. Yeah.
his story about the dragoons and
Oh, the McCaskill. Yeah.
then what was it, that dude that carried the cow from Croatan? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Milo.
Holland. You remember it
My
now?
boy Milo, yeah.
well,
I like it.
A little bit of every one of them, I
Big
guess.
fan of his sweet tea.
Yes.
Milo does have a good sweet tea.
What I like is every time that I have trouble remembering somebody's name or guessing a strong man, Clint texts me like literally hours after the episode is out. He texts me like, "Hey man, I can't believe you didn't know that," you know, or just texts me the answer like, "Duh."
Yeah, he hit me up once saying, "Hey, I know you like your stories and stuff, but there's like a whole magazine called Milo that was out with Iron Mind and that did exactly what we're talking about." And I was like, "I've never heard of it." He said, "Yeah." So like I looked it up. Yeah, apparently it's a very big hit magazine. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but it literally outlines strongmen in history. I was like, good thing they're not around anymore.
Yeah. But talking about Clint and Buffalo earlier, that was just a fun episode that was just fun. That was a fun day, the entire day.
Oh, yeah.
I think working out, doing the grip stuff, and then just sitting around the gym recording.
Well, I think that's what I know me and Dave talked about it early on, was like our episodes, especially with guests, tend to be better if we do stuff like that before. Yeah. I don't know if it's like the kind of breaking the ice between each other before. Like Dave's early comment before was, I think we should all play Mario Kart every episode before we record. And we almost did it. Like for a little while, we actually thought about doing it. But yeah, like whenever we did the car deadlift with Nathan, led into a great episode.
Yeah.
And then we did, only thing I wish we'd done different was we did our WWE intros with T-Law after the episode, and I wish we'd done it before the episode. But yeah, and we noticed stuff, especially doing the travel episodes, so much fun. Yeah. Like there was that one day early. It was during that few episodes that you were out of town for. Me and Dave had like a whole day of just traveling for episodes. Yeah. Like we went to Club 4.
We did 2 of them that day. I think. Or 3. No, we did 2.
We did 2.
Yeah.
We went to Club 4, sat down with the manager over there. Then we went to Dr. Blake that we've had on twice.
The shaman.
Yep. Which doctor, some say.
Yeah. Shaman Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles?
Yeah, that's his real name.
But yeah, all of our travel, like even whenever we did the Club 4 one, like we had some time before we were meeting Blake, so we went in and did some quick deadlift, had to drop, a quick 500 on everybody there.
Yeah.
There was a big old dude, like a couple racks down from us. I think he was deadlifting like 4 something, looking like he was struggling. I was like, Dave, put 500 on it. So I'm gonna make old boy look bad down here.
So he put 500 on it and then stood there until the guy left and was like, all right, pull it back off.
Yeah. We're done. Yeah, we paced around yelling for a few minutes. Hot. Never lifted
each other on the shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the face a few times.
Ask everybody if they had anybody got a stopwatch we can use.
The second episode with Blake, I thought that one of the I still laugh about it every once in a while. I think about it. You know, we did the questions for him.
We put it out on all of our social media. Got no questions back. 0.
Well, you know, our social media hadn't gotten very far then.
No,
you know.
It's just now coming up since you've taken it over, but still.
But man, one of the questions that David hit him with was something about the Eastern medicine and been all the way out to Myrtle Beach.
Yep. I remember that one.
Like, that's still
my favorite was well, did you listen to that one, Alan?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, behind the scenes part of that one was we put out on all of our social media, but like Colin said, we didn't have a great social media presence yet. So we're putting out all these questions, like ask us these questions so we can ask Dr. Blake. We have something, you know, so we have content, really. We got none.
I thought you had one.
My brother, but his was like, I don't remember where
he's come from or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was some random off the wall question, but either way. But then, so I texted them like day before. I was like, all right, guys, listen, we've got nothing. So everybody come up with like 5 to 10 questions. Come up with your, like, make it seem legit. I want you to have a username and everything. And so then I had more fun coming up with usernames than I did coming up with the questions. So that's where the Cosmic Brown Eye 6'9" came out of. I'm still proud of that one because it cracked me up. My favorite part, though, was that he didn't catch it right away. So he was like, so they're asking, because it was something about, does it not make me a Christian if I do acupuncture? And he goes, well, if your name's Cosmic Brown Eye, it makes me think you're probably in the universe, so you might be at risk of your Christianity being questioned anyways. And I was like, he's not getting it. He flew right by it. So do you guys got favorite guests over the year? We've had a lot.
Yeah, we have. Well, Frank, who we mentioned, was
probably one of our more successful.
Man, I was looking back at Pfeffer,
yeah. Sure,
Hassan Pfeffer.
Yeah,
some kind of spice.
It's a big.
Sorry, I'm sneezing. There's a lot of Hassan Pfeffer in this one.
It's a big strength tournament that's going. Where is it, in Norway?
Finland?
Norway.
Is it Norway?
For sure.
And
Norway.
What's her? Huh?
Yeah.
Norway. One of them.
Who's who? Watsers. Man,
Bill just got back for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Frank was killing it.
Yeah, he was. Well, because I remember asking him whenever he was on the show, because he had just got back, and I'd asked him then, what was it like to lift successfully, not embarrass yourself, but just to actually like lift good in front of Nick Best?
Yeah. Yeah.
I still feel like that is a valid question.
Mm-hmm.
Because knowing how I reacted at the Arnold, I definitely would choke. Trying to do any kind of lift in front of Nick Best.
And I think Frank finished in the top 5.
That's not surprising, man. He's a monster.
In the pro class, the Stones. Then he goes on to freaking lift the Husafell stone.
Yep.
It's like he got our bucket list, and he's just checking off all of our stuff.
Only thing he didn't do was tag us in it saying, check it.
Yeah, I know.
One day.
Yeah.
One day the podcast will make a lot of money, and we're going to take a bunch of big trips.
I'm bummed out. So I've been looking at this roller for weeks now, and I pulled it out and realized it's a cricket roller. This whole time I thought I was in the presence of the Sticky. Remember the slap chop guy? I was like, is this a Sticky in the wild? But now I've met my hero, and I realize it's not a Sticky, and I wish I'd
never meet your
never
heroes.
got
Dave, that is one of the first quotes you brought on this show.
Never meet your
heroes.
Yeah.
And yet again,
I was so disappointed when it said cricket on the handle.
You want me to get a Sharpie and change it?
I think the Sticky's orange now that I think about it too.
I get some
so
paint.
Really, I failed really.
Mm.
Anyways, it's not a Sticky.
So anyways, Dave, do you have a favorite guest?
Holland.
All right.
Holland's not a guest. He was here before you were.
I don't pick favorites or name them, because I've got several.
I can't think of any of them. What it is he can't think of any of their names.
Dave was always too busy at laughing at something else that happened in the episode that he forgot their name.
I mean, I would have thought that Dave might go with Chad because they seem to really hit it off.
That's true.
Chad was the man. Chad was awesome.
Wow. You are really pushing the content today.
Love them all. Every single one of them.
All right,
Especially that one. The one you were about to say.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Well, Alan, from the spectator now video guy side, who was your favorite guest?
I don't know. The strongman guy we just had on, he was
Josh Steppe was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Especially for someone that we legitimately never met until I just me and him like talked for like 2 seconds on on Facebook about him wanting to come lift the Atlas stones here. And that was all the conversation we had.
Yeah.
And so
then he gets over here in the studio and like Caleb won't let me talk to him because because he didn't want to cover content that we
how many times have we brought a guest into here or wherever we've been recording and y'all have a full conversation,
have an entire podcast worth of conversation,
and then as soon as we say go, it's like everyone forgot what they've talked about or they think we've already talked about it, we don't got to talk about it again. Yeah. And then as soon as the show's over, y'all go right back to that conversation that would have been perfect for the podcast. Yeah. How many times did that happen?
So I just had to sit there awkwardly, not saying anything to our guest.
And I think he was thinking we was blackballing or something. He's like, look on his face like, you guys don't even want to talk to me.
He's like, why are these guys bunch of jerks?
And Dave, that's the only time Dave has ever rolled in late. So Dave literally just comes rolling in here. What's up, dude? Nice to meet you. Let's do it. Dave is always the first one here, except that day.
I thought it was cool that Brian knew about Beef Bone Mania before we told him about Beef Bone Mania. That was a highlight.
Oh yeah,
that is true. He's even sent me that guy's page. So whenever we get to the new studio, we need to reach out to homeboy.
Yeah,
I like the way he pronounces bone. That's my favorite. Beef Bone Mania.
He's got to be from around here. He's got to be from like within 4 hours of where we're at.
No doubt.
Beef Bone.
I want to know how he thinks of those lifts. Like they're always like crazy wild. It's like you just attach a beef bone to like a fire hydrant.
Well, I was thinking about that because they've added a couple lifts to the USAWA.
We need a beef bone lift.
And I was thinking I want to come up with a lift so it could be named after me.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard to do to come up with a unique lift that's viable.
That's what I was about to say. That's what there's I love that the USAWA is very inclusive, and and it's not just USAWA. Everybody's got those weird lifts. Like the one that comes to mind is the Lano lift in the USAWA. It's like what is it? Clean press behind the neck, roll down the back, catch it,
roll it back
up the way it came, like that one. Why? I don't know that I want one like that named after me.
We got to start a beef bone one, and it's only a clean lift if you hold it up for 3 sweet swallows minimum.
Sweet swallow.
Yeah. No down command till you get 3 sweet swallows.
How do we regulate the sweet swallow though?
There's only one speed a man can sweet swallow at.
You're right. How stupid of me.
It's pretty universal.
Yeah. How stupid of me to think that they would be different.
Lord God, you bring me straight sweet swallow.
Did you see the video? Do you see the video of him doing the church service?
Yeah, I do.
He's chained to the plywood.
Yeah,
he's ripping the chain up.
There's the one where he breaks the prison bar bend.
Yep,
that's a good one too.
I gotta watch that.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah.
I was getting gassed just watching him. I was breathing heavy.
Sweet swallow.
Well, Caleb, you never gave us a favorite guest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with it.
Tougher than it looks, huh?
No. It's
somebody's stalling. Sweet swallow.
Well, I have to stall whenever I can't answer the question.
Look, dog. Well, you should have had an answer. You should have one in the chamber.
But I legitimately have enjoyed all the guests, so it's hard for me to pick a favorite.
Yeah,
that was my answer.
No, that was your answer because you can't remember them. I remember them.
Remember a couple of them.
Whoa,
sweet swallow.
We lost camera 2.
Sweet swallow.
Oh,
that's cool.
going on?
What, am I getting a phone call or something?
We got a man down.
There it is.
Me and Holland are doing a podcast for our blind viewers.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Speaking of inclusive, that's me and Holland.
That's right.
But I enjoyed having Chad Clark. I enjoyed having Alex on.
The Mini Gorilla.
The Mini Gorilla was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was.
Especially because she didn't find Dave as funny as he did. Remember, he was laughing at Derek Poundstone.
Dude, that's hilarious. I'll laugh at that every time it comes up.
Yeah, she's like, no, those are real names.
Yeah.
I was like,
that makes it better.
But that was a fun episode. I mean, having Clint on is always fun. The Buffville episode is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Anyone that we've traveled for has been a lot of fun.
I travel for everyone. Sweet swallow.
I don't know. Like John Lynn was a good one.
Yeah. John Lynn, cool guy.
Yeah, and that's the side of stuff that we've not. I mean, we talk about often, but we've not actually sat with someone who does it. So that was cool.
Charles Lindbergh.
Wasn't expecting John to be as cool as he was.
I don't know. Is that a slight towards him? Or?
Like he was super
It
cool.
isn't now.
Like, I don't know. I just watched up wrestling clips, and he's kind of a heel in these clips, and I'm like,
I was wondering how it was going to go.
I wonder if I'm going to like this guy. He's awesome.
I was 50-50 on whether I thought he was going to come in and just stay the heel.
Yeah.
And just start cutting promos, which I would have also enjoyed that.
yes,
like if he came in character,
rises to the top.
That's one of the most impressive examples of sleight of hand on television too. That's like David Copperfield stuff because he pulls out a different creamer and drops it every time, like, almost from thin air. Yeah. Like just the sleight of hand is underrated. That's one of the greatest promos of all time.
But yeah, I would have enjoyed. I enjoyed the episode we had, but I would have equally enjoyed if he just came in fully in character. My favorite part about John coming on though is he was texting me right before, saying, what do I need to wear? And I said, well, dude, like I know you got your merch line in. Wear your merch. I'm not going to tell you not to wear. Like, dude, we wear cutoffs and stuff in here all the time.
Did he mention that he had merch?
I just saw it on Facebook.
I don't think he mentioned it during the entire podcast.
Well, because he'd only gotten his test stuff in. I don't think it's up for. It may be up for sale. I don't know.
Where did he keep all those creamers?
I started to say, dude. I was like, dude, you should have mentioned that.
Yeah,
John, if you're listening,
come back on and talk about your merch and be a heel. But
and slam David through something.
Anything.
Table, whatever.
I might be getting rid of this desk over here, so we'll just.
Trying to figure out how the Macho Man hit all those creamers.
Maybe I don't know.
Don't worry, I'll zoom in and make it to where they don't see you grabbing it. Either way, but yeah, John was texting me before asking me what to wear and all this. I said, dude, like we're super casual. Yeah. I'm 90% of the time I'm in my socks or barefoot on this thing, like just casual, dude. He showed up in a polo.
Yeah.
Showed up in a polo. I was like, man, you thought we were something. like I appreciate the gesture, but I mean, you didn't. And then as soon as he saw we're in like gym shirts and cutoffs, he's like, I'm going to pop this off if that's cool. I'm like, dude, I literally told you.
Perfect. Shirts versus skins.
Yeah. You got Dave excited. He's going to be on your team. But yeah, John was a great episode. Let's see. I don't know. I legitimately have a hard time picking a favorite guest.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think now's a great time to talk about. We've talked about it a few times off air, and I think we can take a vote on. We've talked about having a guest for the Iron Palace Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
So we're at a year. I think it's time we vote on Hall of Fame entries.
So
Dave, you start.
I've got to think on it.
No thinking. First one that pops up. Who should be in the Iron? Not a bad one.
Yeah.
Iron Palace Hall of Fame. First nomination
I didn't pick
is.
Jake out of spot. He's sitting in my seat.
Speaking of Nathan, we really need to have him back on.
Yeah.
We haven't had him on in a while.
I don't think he's been on since the snow episode.
No. Yeah. Which also is a part of time I forget about, that we had to do remote podcasts because And that was before I even knew how to do remote podcasts. I just learned this like recently, as of yesterday. So, but yeah.
Nathan did that entire podcast wearing a gladiator helmet.
It did.
I spent the whole thing with the
sitting
Facebook.
alone at his house.
That does not surprise me.
I don't remember any of the podcast at all because I just kept making my face the llama emoji. Making faces.
My favorite part of that was even whenever I told you that I'm not recording video, you still did it.
Yeah, I was just being myself. I didn't care.
Like you said, "Oh man." All right, and then you just kept going. I think the only thing that changed is you wanted to play VR for the first bit of the episode.
Yeah, I was going to play it and talk, but then I think it was too loud. You could hear it in the headphones.
Yeah, but then we weren't doing video, so you were like, whatever.
Yeah.
Go back to playing with the llama emojis.
Never mind. As you were.
So Nathan is who you're going with.
Yes.
Holland.
I think I'm going to have to nominate the one and only, the great Clint Poor.
Alan? You can pick a new one, or you can vote for one of these two.
Have you ever felt safer than in the arms of Nathan? Just think about that.
Think about what shirt are you wearing right now?
So you already thrown Clint a bone.
I mean, he's already
Time to throw
wearing.
Nathan one.
He's already wearing a Buffalo Stone shirt.
Literally, the three of you are a walking Buffville billboard right now, and the fact that you're wearing three different ones.
Yeah.
And a singular pair of Buffalo underwear. I'll let you guess who's wearing those.
I already know.
I like the shirt, and even though it's a little too short, but all he had was a 2X, so I was like, I'll take it.
So what's your pick?
I'll go with Clint.
Well, really, I'm going to pick Clint too, but Nathan is definitely a good runner-up.
Yeah.
But I think Clint has been pretty detrimental to helping us like run our first competition, helping us set our records.
Instrumental.
What did I say?
Detrimental.
He's the epitome of detriment.
He's the epitome.
Instrumental.
Anyways, I'll cut it all out. He's been very instrumental at us setting our records, helping us run our first competition.
Oh, yeah.
He also works as our biggest critique.
Yeah.
Makes a fine peach cobbler.
Yeah, Clint Poor is our version of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
We get our reviews in from Clint. Helpful reviews. I don't want that to sound like we're getting unhelpful reviews from Clint. So yeah, I'm going to say Clint Poor is our first Iron Palace Hall of Famer for year one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy with that. And think about, like, I'm looking forward to, I mean, we'll have been doing it longer than a year at this point, but we're going to be, once again, going remote live with Clint. Because
Clint set that up for us yet again. Like, Clint has really kind of opened avenues that we wouldn't have gone down.
Yeah.
So I think Clint is a pretty easy choice.
It's going to hurt Nathan's legacy not being a first ballot guy, though.
Sorry, Nathan.
He's the first runner-up.
Yeah. And, I mean, Jake has put in some solid work, too.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about that.
But I don't want to say that, too.
Yeah, let's just move on.
We'll talk about it when Dave leaves.
It hasn't been long enough since he's been out of Dave's seat.
Yeah. Gotta give it some time.
Dave was like, "You sat on the couch."
But
sacred.
But I will say Jake has been a great runner-up also. He's a great nominee for it. Because also on top of doing stuff, like, I mean, he's competed.
Yeah, well, he didn't get nominated. He's at this point, he's an honorable mention. Let's not oversell it.
Okay.
None of the four of us nominated. Honorable mention until further notice.
Okay, he's an honorable mention. Whatever. Either way, Jake's done a lot to help us out. I mean, he competed in our competition.
But there's room for improvement.
He fills in whenever we need somebody.
Yep.
He runs our. We talked about doing the Dungeons and D-ball, which we've slacked off on doing, but we had made mention about him helping us do that, and next thing we know, he's like a master at being a DM of.
Yeah.
He's a master getting cozy on the couch. You know?
So
it's so funny. Their text conversation was like Dave was so supportive, until he found out that he sat in his spot.
Yeah. Then it was, Caleb, you promised.
I didn't mean anything I said before. I was being nice.
He was like, oh, yeah, it was a great job. Oh, yeah, did good. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to hear it. You sat in my spot.
Are you freaking kidding me?
So you conduct yourself in a society?
So, yeah, let's see. Which one of these is the applause for Clint Poor?
Runner-up Nathan, honorable mention Jake.
So, yeah, there you have it. There's year one.
We're going to have to get him a certificate or something.
Yeah, I guess we probably should.
Hanging on his wall. And
I'm gonna give Clint that thumbs up that he gave all of us. Yeah. I'm gonna give him give him that back. Look,
an Iron Palace participation trophy.
You just have to put your Iron Palace sticker over top of it.
Yep. Not even take the other one off, just right over top of it.
I'll get Jake a koozie.
Oh yeah. One of these. You can't have this one. I use this one every episode except today. These are great koozies. If you want one, come to Kentucky Open August 17th.
I've got a dozen or so.
And we'll be giving out merch. It looks just like these. Yeah. And whatever else we can find.
Yeah.
Maybe some stickers. I don't know.
I need some more stickers.
Yeah. I'll get my person on that, and by person I mean my wife.
I had a couple of people asking me for some.
I have some somewhere.
I was like, I'm all out. They were a hot item.
They really did go faster than I thought. Like whenever I ordered 100 stickers before my wife learned how to make them, I thought, oh, these should last a while. They did not.
No.
People like stickers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm learning. Which I already knew people like stickers. I guess I just didn't think people would want our stickers as much as they did.
I mean, the girl at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. That was probably the smoothest thing I've ever seen. And Dave, I wish you were there because Holland, this girl,
missed it.
Yeah, we're all wearing our podcast stuff.
Except me.
Except him, because Holland didn't get him one.
It was.
He was on podcast adjacent.
He wasn't on the podcast then.
But anyways, speaking of anyways, I've definitely dialed back that word.
I don't know. It's been like 9 times this episode.
Has it really?
You picked it back up if you put it down.
I guess I just can't leave it alone. And so anyways, we're at Buc-ee's. And the girl asked, what's your guys' podcast about? Primarily to Holland. So he starts telling her, and we start talking about different parts of the episode. And she goes, okay, well, where can I find it? Holland. And the most smooth fashion goes, here, hold on. Here's a sticker with our Spotify code and everything on. I was like, Holland's done it.
Yeah.
That was the best sale I've ever seen in my life.
And I ran out of stickers after that, and now I'm like, I just keep wanting to be like, oh, well, here, but I don't have any to hand out.
I'll get my woman on it. She'll get it stocked back up. We need some more for August 17th, actually.
Yep.
I got a bunch of stickers with my name on them on the way. Dad went to Daytona, and they do big bike weeks and all that crap. There's a company that makes motorcycle seats. It's called Corbin, and he went to their shop, and he just mentioned, hey, my last name's Corbin. They're like, oh, let's give you an envelope full of our stickers. So I've got a bunch of stickers like Corbin motorcycle seats or Corbin this, Corbin that. Dad ordered one of their employee shirts that says Corbin on it. He's gonna have a Corbin sales t-shirt coming.
We should put some of those in the koozies that we're giving out. Not only do we have our own podcast merch, we're going to have our individual merch.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. So, I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
If you had to reduce down that you could only do one lift, what lift would you choose to do?
Denny deadlift.
As far as... Well, I mean that's a good. I mean, as far as like
that's so far my highest lift, so I'm going with that one.
I'm not talking about competing. I'm just talking about general carryover, like strength and.
Okay, well-being. So if I was looking to try to stay in whatever shape I'm in, what exercise would I do?
Yeah,
farmer's carries.
Farmer's carries, good one.
Yep,
yeah.
Hands down.
Because this all streamed from somebody that was I had posted a video of me doing deadlifts with that spud strap.
Yeah, I remember that.
My bicep was torn, and there were so many people that like hated on that video. Like, See that right there? That's just idiotic. That's how to be crippled for life, and that's all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm just doing deadlifts, you know. I mean, I've got a little extra apparatus, but that's just so I'm not using this injured arm, you know. And I got to thinking, really, if I quit doing if I quit lifting everything but one lift, I'll probably either do deadlifts or stone lifts. Because, I mean, most of the time when you're really having to, strain or whatever, you're picking up something heavy. You know, you're not squatting down with it on your shoulders. You're picking it up from the floor. You know, you're moving a dryer, or you're picking up a couch, or, you know, whatever. I would probably still do deadlifts. I don't care what Robert Oberst says. You know?
Well, I mean, even the deadlifts, you can do deadlift variants. So, even if you do, a trap bar deadlift, if you want to minimize posture problems. So, but I think deadlifts is another good one.
You know, because, I mean, you're all the time picking up something heavy.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not everybody. Maybe not everybody, but I'm always like, hey, I need a couch moved. Holland, are you available?
Yeah, I get that all the time.
A washing machine that needs moved, or a piano, or, you know.
Yep.
Car has a flat and it's sitting too low to get the jack under it. Can you pick it up high enough for us to slide the jack under it?
This moose is on my mother.
You know? Exactly. I was going to continue on with that about moose being really heavy, but then I got sidetracked about the plural of goose is geese. And of moose, it should be meese, but it isn't.
Moose. I learned that from Brian Regan.
Mooses.
Moosin'. Saw a flock of moosin'.
But you know why that's the case?
Why is that the case?
Well, I don't know what about me thinks you think I would know.
I think it's just an American thing, because in Letterkenny they say nothing messes with Canadian gooses but Canadian mooses. If you got a problem with Canadian moose, you got a problem with me. I suggest you let that marinate.
Anyways,
so they're both gooses.
So goose has a Germanic root, and the way
it makes sense, those hateful bastards of German.
the way they pluralize their words or whatever, it kind of carries over goose, geese. Moose is a Native American word. And they never had a plural version of it, so it was just moose.
I never saw more than one.
Yeah, maybe not. But
people don't know that about moose. Meese are extremely
never needed a plural one.
Meese are extremely elusive.
So while the words are really similar, they have nothing to do with each other. You know, as far as the root goes.
The eastern diamondback meese are very solitary creatures. You never see them in groups.
Eastern diamondback. I've never seen one.
Now you know why.
Yeah.
You ever see a elephant hiding in a tree?
No.
You know why?
Why?
They're really freaking good at it.
A year in, and this is
peak. This is
a year
peak podcasting.
A year of podcasting, and this is what we've came to.
So we're not.
We have not grown.
We're not going to make it to year 2, are we, guys?
There are episodes where I think, man, after we've done a year of this, we have really gotten this nailed in. And then there's times like now where I think a year of experience and we have gotten no better at all. We're still laughing at jokes about elephants and trees.
Good, we get any better, I'm leaving.
Fair point.
If we get any better, it's going to be beyond me, and I'm not going to be able to contribute.
I've reached my limit.
If it's beyond y'all, it's definitely beyond me. I'm over here saying things like epitome.
It'd been a huge detriment.
Yeah. I don't even know English.
Clint was our Vietnam. It's been.
You don't even. I said epitome and detriment, and then you say, "Do you know why it's moose and not mooses?" Obviously,
I should have known better. My bad.
Yeah. I don't even read books, man. I use Audible. I have them read them to me, just so I don't mess it up in my own head. I was just saying the other day, Like whenever I played Pokemon, there's a move in there called Facade. Growing up, do you know how I pronounce that? Facade. I swear that until I watched the show, I swore that move was called Facade. And I was like, I don't know why it's called that.
I'm pretty sure a goose is a worldwide animal. Why do we settle on the German word for it? Yeah, for that particular animal.
I don't know.
Why do we settle on any word for any particular animal?
Or did they just start in Germany, and for a long time, Germany's chief export were geese, and they were just pumping them out?
Like, when I think of Germany, I think of geese.
Yeah. Step one of the final solution, everybody gets geese.
Yeah.
Why did we pick that? Yeah. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah.
Does there?
Got to be.
I mean, it's weird because you're right. English is such a hodgepodge of Germanic and Latin, and
there's probably cooler words for them besides goose and geese too. Goose sounds dumb. That's a scary animal. Goose does not fit.
That's like have you heard those? Goose. You heard the videos?
Sounds too adorable.
They're pronouncing different words like they say it in Spanish and in French and in English and then in German, and it's like butterfly. And in Spanish it's like papillon, and then French it's I don't know, I can't remember, it's France, but and then
that's German, like they're just yelling the whole time.
In German it's like Krockenfluken. That's like
they beat the table when they say it. Like, they're also perverts.
That also
butterflies.
Germans.
Oh,
that brings us to another point of how often have we been like talking about Canada and France?
Yeah.
How do we keep getting there?
I don't know.
You keep bringing it up, obviously. Look.
You're the one with the show notes.
Yeah.
You're steering this ship.
I mean, almost every time whenever I pick a strong man or I pick someone to start doing a story on, and then somehow inevitably winds up in France and or Canada. And I'm like, how did I get here?
You're looking at the wrong place. Yeah, you need to self-reflect. We're just swapping the deck over here, my guy.
You're doing what?
You're at the helm. Look, your wind is taking us wherever you want to go, buddy. And for some reason, it's France and Canada usually.
I'm gonna start
Canada won't even call you back, dude. Get off the case.
It's true.
Yeah, come on. But I was looking at some of our ads that we had done in the past.
Oh, our pre-recorded ads.
Yeah, I was like,
those were fun. Remember the it was NutraFit where you did the one. Or Dave ran out of the room and closed the door. Yeah. Remember, we were audio only. So we recorded it right here. It was Holland saying, "Hey, Dave, you want some NutraFit?" And you said, "NutraFit? What's that?" Yeah. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, buddy, bet I don't plug it in here.
Yeah. The one with the door shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a love child of everything. We sat here and probably workshopped that for about 20 minutes. I think we recorded that door slam probably 20 times until we had one we liked. It was actually just really slamming that door with the microphone over there. Yeah, like that.
A little peek behind the curtain for the folks back home. How the magic gets made.
How the magic is
Yep. You thought we got a pre-recorded sound? We didn't.
It's kind of stuff Hollywood doesn't want you to know.
Yep. We're pretty much that guy that makes all the sound effects for shows. Have you seen those? Those are crazy.
Yeah.
That's us.
We're the Film Actors Guild.
The what? We had little Tom Cruise on here.
We did.
He's working on the new season right now. He posted on Facebook a picture. He's actually going to be a cameo. Like, you're going to see him in an episode this time. He's a filler in like one of the classes, it looks like.
Basically, we had baby Tom Cruise on here, so he's out here whooping tail on Cobra Kai.
Kicked a bottle off of David's head.
Or kicked David's head by the TikTok. Then he headbutted it.
Then he tried to take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
The watermelon. Yeah. We never mentioned it was watermelon. Yeah, wait a minute.
I was just going to let that stay ambiguous.
It sounds like we're still talking about Dave's head. Watermelon, though, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my great idea of squeezing a watermelon between our legs, but idiot me forgets that watermelon were not in season at that time. So I got the little baby watermelons that were about this big.
He found 3.
Real
They were
dense.
like bowling ball size. A little hard to bust.
However, some of my favorite shorts that we've made was definitely Dave smashing the pumpkin with an Atlas stone.
Yeah.
I think that one, I mean, it's even in our intro video. If you watch us on YouTube, it's the last part is Dave dropping the Atlas stone on the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
Was out there?
No. Must have missed it.
Darn.
Don't we have something for focus?
So anyways, what's some of the shorts we've made? What are some of y'all's favorites?
I'm going to let Holland go first.
Dave?
I'm going to defer to Holland.
The car deadlift is
half the time some of the shorts are your idea. And we record these off your plans. And then immediately after you, I don't know.
Plans is a strong word. I really shoot from the hip.
Well, Tom Cruise kicking the water bottle off your head was 100% your idea.
I believe you too.
Because you said, what if I hold it here and he kicks it off my head? And I said, that'd be great because I already don't think he can kick that high. Not because I think he's unable, just because the height difference between you two is pretty substantial. And then whenever he was doing his practice kicks, I was like, they're about throat level. This should be funny.
At least it'll get knocked off his head, you know.
You hit the tee, you're still knocking the ball.
But I don't know. The WWE intros were pretty good.
Yeah, those are fun.
The one that I wish went better that we never posted anywhere because it didn't go well was the Flaming Sheaf.
Yeah.
We've got to get that one down because that one was going to be really cool.
I like the sheaf one when David's like, it doesn't look that hard.
Those were some of my favorites. Eating the Doritos or whatever doesn't look that hard.
I think they were Sam's Club cheese puffs, if I recall correctly.
Oh, so you remember that?
Wow,
They were solid cheese puffs.
That you remember.
Yeah.
But whenever we talk about guests,
how did you remember that detail?
I don't eat cheese puffs very often. Okay. I have ideas all the time.
all right, I guess I'll give you that one.
Cheese puffs are a milestone.
I guess I'll give it to you that you don't remember the guest because so far we've not had a guest that you knew.
Yeah.
Like beforehand.
Or after.
I'm pretty sure unless they were repeat guests, I'm 99% sure all of them their first time on the show is the first time you've met them.
110%.
Except for T-Law.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Except for Travis.
Lawless Big Dogs.
And Alan.
Yeah, and Alan.
Michael.
Alan's not a guest though.
Michael, but he only met Michael one time before that. Twice before that.
Yeah.
He don't remember though.
That's exactly it.
I do. It just wasn't for very long. It was it was almost in passing, more or less. This was once, I think.
Well, you met him at the reindeer game whenever we emceed at that, and then you met him at
Oh,
our
I was talking about the other Michael.
That Michael, yes,
Yeah,
you did
see,
only
I
meet
do
one
remember
time.
stuff. Haha.
Hey.
Had the bodybuilding Wonder Twins breaking toes and
Got me?
Calling hoes.
since Linda sent them, I've got to eat one.
Yeah, Mom sent snacks.
Our number one fan.
Love you, Mom.
Where are these from? Dollar Tree?
Delicious.
Actually, I think so.
I know my gummies, boy.
I really like the gummy orange slices.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal.
You like the peanuts? They're not gummies, but oh yeah, me neither.
I like M&M's.
Cherry slices that look like the orange ones.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had those. Sounds good.
Rural King.
Trying to think, was anything else? There's been a lot happen over the year, but I think we've mostly covered a lot. You know what? There was one episode that I did like, and that was whenever we
Hated all the rest of them.
whenever we alternated stories. Every time it's David's turn to come up with a story,
Not talking about strength. I'm talking about something cool.
which although you did segue it pretty good, I'll give you that. It's like whenever you're in youth and like your youth pastor talks about like it takes a movie and somehow relates it to the Bible. That's like that's obviously not. It was always kind of like that.
I found a hoop to make it work in my mind.
But I will say the coolest one that you did was whenever you talked about Teddy Roosevelt. That one was pretty cool because that was actually a lot of stuff I legitimately didn't know about Teddy Roosevelt.
He is a bad MFer.
Okay, I thought you were about to say some random thing. Like he was a president.
He was a president.
But yeah, like
police chief. He was a lot of things.
Yeah, but like whenever you said that he was like one of the first MMA fighters, pretty dope.
I think Holland did the Roosevelt one though.
Nope.
I don't know.
I also remember the episode that you were trying to do on Bob Peoples, and somehow we segued so hard off that we did not talk about Bob Peoples.
We did not at all.
Who's Bob Peoples?
Exactly. We wouldn't know because we didn't talk about him.
Yeah, People's deadlift.
Yep. Holland said.
Still think it should be named after.
Holland came in. That was whenever we had the table.
Yeah.
Holland came in on this little notepad this tall, had all about Bob Peoples, and he said, "Mine's about Bob Peoples from Knoxville. He did this lift." That was all the information he talked about Bob Peoples. Yeah. Because we somehow shifted so hard off that topic, and I don't even remember what we talked about at all that episode.
Yeah, that one got away from us.
So we need to revisit Bob Peoples. You'll have that for sure.
A big job.
Yeah, especially that's going to be one of the lifts and the Strength Expo.
It was a big news day. We had a lot to cover that day.
Yeah,
it's true. Speaking of news, did y'all watch the Nate Diaz in a Jorge Masvidal boxing fight?
No.
It's pretty good. It was nonstop swinging. I think they said that they averaged over 1,400 strikes between the two of them.
Well, that's not surprising. I mean, both of those guys,
right.
Both those guys have gas tanks like crazy.
Well, that's what people were saying.
Like a fancy way saying they got big butts.
No, that's what.
That's
got really good cardio.
Oh, okay.
That's what people have been saying is that no one's even talking about who won. Everyone's just talking about how that is what boxing is supposed to be. It is supposed to be like just high swinging, no strategy, just swinging for the fences the whole fight.
Isn't Masvidal the one that was like street fighting in Miami? And like
Jorge Masvidal is the one that like
he started off with Kimbo.
Yeah, he's the one that knocked out Ben Askren in like 0.5 seconds.
Dude, Ben Affleck ain't got no chin. Nobody's impressed by that.
Dude, my favorite interview with Ben Askren after he got knocked out in that fight was he said he woke up and he said it started. He went for a shoot, woke up in the hospital, and they said he woke up, looked around the room, looked at his wife, and said, "So I lost."
Apparently, him and J-Lo are getting a divorce.
I was like, "What?" What else is happening? There was another fight that was coming up. I think we've talked about. Did you see Pereira? However you say his name.
Pereira.
What? The UFC guy? Yeah, sure. However you say his name. Pereira. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah.
Poatan.
Sure. But he
you can do it in the sign.
Yeah.
Remember?
What's the sign language for that?
It's 2 pterodactyls. He's real strong.
He's real strong. I know. Did you see his recent
they call
fight
him a
too?
Double dactyl.
Did you see his recent fight?
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't.
I did not.
Jerry? With Jerry?
Yeah. It was a really good first round, great fight. Second round, game over. Like it was over so fast.
First round was another 10 seconds he'd been.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was on its way to being done. Like second round starts, boom. Dude took a head kick to the temple, out. I was like, this dude's bad, man. Like he won the lightweight. Now he's the light heavyweight, and now he's trying. Now John Jones is trying to coax him into coming to heavyweight. I was like, I don't think John Jones wants that fight in
heavyweight.
Man, I don't know though. John Jones is a bad dude.
He's a bad dude, but I don't know, man. I think Pereira's got him.
I mean, I want to see that fight.
I'll watch it.
I mean, that's very. There was a while where I would pay for the pay-per-view to buy the UFC fight, the fight pass and all that. I'm not as into it now. I'm not as willing to pay all that for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the fights.
I would buy the pay-per-view for that fight.
It's like a lot of the big fights that I want to watch I don't want to pay for them because the fights they're so good that they're not worth watching to pay for. If that makes sense. Like yeah, they're great to watch. However, I don't want to pay $60, $70 for this pay-per-view to watch a dude get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah,
I used to not miss. Back in the day when it was like Chuck Liddell and Shogun.
Oh yeah,
and Cheetah. Every single one I watched. I think a lot of it really had to do with the trunks when they got that deal with Reebok. No kidding. Like it was added the personality. Like everybody had the trunks, the sponsors, all that crap.
Oh yeah,
it's a way more. It seems more like a sterile product than what it used to be.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't get me as pumped anymore. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't. Like I used to be excited for every single one. Know everybody's name. Like crap.
That was tournament style.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That was the good one.
See them big jack dudes get beat by little Brazilian guys and them geese.
Whenever it was like Tank Abbott, his only goal was to throw someone over the cage. Yeah. Like he even said that's all he wants to do every fight. I want to find a way to throw them out of the cage.
You know, have you seen an interview with Tank Abbott recently?
Mm-mm.
Completely different person than who you would have thought he was from watching him fight back in the day.
Really?
Like he's articulate and like well spoken, and I mean, like it's not at all the Tank Abbott that I had pictured. You know,
Speaking of like social media, or to go to like social media boxing or fighting, which is a very odd space. Logan Paul and I just forgot his name.
Mike Perry?
No, Zoo Culture.
Bradley Martin.
Bradley Martin. Did you see they had an off-camera boxing match?
No.
It was the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. I guess they had some real beef, so they like agreed to meet up and fight, like bare knuckle fight, and all cameras are off. There's no recording of it. They come back up just to say, "Yeah, Logan won."
It was a marketing ploy. That way, down the road, when they do something stupid, they can both claim they have CTE because they are both pretty dumb.
But really though, I'd say Logan Paul folded.
Oh, everybody that said that was like, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Like Bradley Martin is taking no fighting.
Yeah, he has no idea what he's doing.
I don't think he's good at anything. Like I think he's famous by luck too, because like everybody's like, yeah, he's a douchebag. Like nobody else working with him. His videos aren't that good. The only time I watch videos of him is because someone I liked has been in it.
I remember whenever I first started getting to working out, but like whenever I first started getting into like the influencer side of fitness or strength or whatever you want to call it, he was one of the first ones that I started watching and immediately was like, this dude's an idiot.
Yeah. He was like, I don't know, he gets a lot of eyes, so like you can't help but see him, but then when you do watch him, you're like, this guy sucks.
Well, he's one of the guys that like falls under that umbrella of they look the part, but they don't act the part. Like the dude's jacked. Like, I'm not trying to take that away. The dude's jacked. However, he looks the part, so everyone's watching him.
Yeah, I don't think he has a talent. He just wants to be an influencer.
Yeah, like and he's in everything. He streams video games. He's, like, all over everything.
Yeah. Well, I found him, or not found him, but first saw him through Bro Science.
Same. Dom Mazzetti.
Dom Mazzetti.
The King Supreme, baby.
Who is
we need to get him on the podcast.
He's a legit talent.
New episodes whenever I feel like
it. Because he's a character. Man, he actually has good content. What if he doesn't bring you information, he brings you comedy. What is Bradley Martin bringing you?
Other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other people.
He's a coattail rider.
Brian Shaw.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. He just has a really nice gym.
Bradley Martin's biggest videos are when he has like the mountain or something come to his gym, or when he's gone viral because he used the right words. Like he's talking to someone about the Logan Paul fight. He's like, "Oh, I'm finding out what this guy wants to know about." Like he just seems like a hanger on. He's not like I just can't get behind his crap.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
whack.
I never watch him.
There's no way he could whoop all four of us.
No
way.
No. What was it? An infection almost got him like a year or two ago.
I mean, what?
In 2020, whatever, an infection? Come on, dog.
However, we could fight Bradley Martin all day. We need beef anyways.
I'm in.
I mean, since Steven Seagal is not answering me.
We've spent a year calling out Steven Seagal. I don't know. Steven Seagal went deep into hiding after you started calling him out.
He don't want this smoke.
No, apparently not.
We can get you to fight Steven Seagal, and Bradley Martin can make a video about it, and people will watch it for a little bit. And
it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a win for all of us.
I don't know. I think the biggest thing that Bradley Martin had going for him was Larry Wheels.
Yeah.
Larry Wheels is another one. The dude is jacked. The dude is not entertaining. He does really cool stuff. That's the entertainment part of it. But like as far as like him talking, that dude is boring to listen to talk to.
I think the pinnacle was Bro Science. That's my favorite.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Of all time, period.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I love those. He might be the only one actually. I watched Rich Piana just because I was always like, golly, that's grotesque.
Dude, yeah, you didn't watch Rich Piana for any information. Yeah. You watched Rich Piana for like, this dude is a freak.
Yeah, I was like, it's one of those things going to pop.
Yeah.
Just kind of keep tabs. Like the only ones I've ever actually watched are Bro Science for sure. It's probably the only fitness influence I've ever actually kept up with.
For a long time, I was big on like Athlete X. What's his name? Was it Richard Sherman?
He played safety for the Eagles, or not the Eagles, for the Seahawks.
Or it might have just been Sherman Fitness, something like that. He was good.
Jason Blaha.
Jason Blaha.
Like,
no, we don't need to get into Jason Blaha.
Caleb watches a lot of Ninja.
So does Jason Blaha.
Oh man, I heard of him through what's that guy? He only posts like CrossFit fails. Or not only, but like that's a big, huge part of his content.
I think I heard of him through Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette was a big one that I was watching for a long time.
But yeah, he couldn't stand Blaha.
I watched the Hodge twins back when they were actually fitness influencers for a long time.
What do they even do now?
They're just political commentary, more or less.
Yeah,
yeah. Because
they're the conservative twins.
Yeah,
which
used to be
get
interesting.
your lane, whatever. But yeah, now I don't care about that as much. They're still funny. It's just
what I do always crack up whenever it's like people watch these streamers, like video game streamers and stuff, and then like whenever you find out these dudes are jacked, they're always like, "Oh, I didn't see it coming." Like, what do you think they do? Literally just play video games all day?
I used to have Hodge Twins tank tops. The logo on it, man. I miss those. I was wondering what happened to those. Those were nice tank tops.
What about the Cali Muscle dude?
Cali
Muscle. Lord.
He has changed a lot.
Don't listen to him at all right now.
Oh my gosh, he is off the deep end.
He was off the deep end before, just the other side of the pool deep end. Now he's off this side. The dude is insane. Like he went from hyphy mud to like how he made pre-workout in prison to now he doesn't do anything. He's like no vegetables, no fruit, no good food, no salt, no pepper, no carbs. Like
he's all vegan now. It's all vegetable.
I don't know what he's doing. He looks terrible. Not terrible as in like he lost all of his muscle and he's small. Terrible. Like there's something about him does not look good.
I watched Juji Mufu when he had all the drama going on.
Yeah,
those were the good old days.
Yeah. What was it, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered about Tom. Even whenever I was watching the show, I was like, why is Tom even here?
I've always thought he just seemed like, I don't know, like a weird dude.
Yeah. He did. He always seemed like I always wondered why is Tom here?
I'm like, it's hard to never meet someone in person and still be like, yeah, I don't trust that guy. That's the vibe he put out.
I agree. He just never seemed like he was.
Turns out it was the right vibe. He as advertised.
He just never seemed like he should have been where he was at. Yeah. Even whenever he did his like he got super cut and did his bodybuilding show, whatever. Even then, I was like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Like you're just odd. Like he's always in a weird button-up shirt. Don't trust anybody in a button-up shirt.
Bank account.
Yep.
It's only fraud if you get caught.
He did get caught.
Then it's fraud.
Then that's fraud.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. I don't know. I think that might be. I don't know how we went from our year of.
Yeah, to fitness influencers that we watched.
I guess probably
we're mainly listening to everybody that's better than Bradley Martin.
Yeah,
that's
really doubling down on how much he sucks.
That's everybody.
You start off with Pierre or something.
Oh yeah,
Pierre.
Pierre sounds French.
He's definitely not French. What was cool about him though, I was telling David about it Saturday, is like have you heard him where he's interviewed and he talks about how he got where he was, like after he won his the light heavyweight title, after he'd won the lightweight and lost the lightweight, and then he won the light heavyweight. He credited Israel Adesanya for his success in the UFC because Israel did a interview where that was whenever people had first found the footage of Pereira beating him in kickboxing. And everyone's like, yeah, you don't want this dude to come to UFC because he'll beat you and all this stuff. Well, in an interview, Israel Adesanya said, yeah, he's going to be in a bar somewhere, and he's going to be that guy that always says, yeah, I beat that guy once while I'm becoming a legend. Well, Pereira saw that in a bar. And he said that helped pull him out of the darkness he was stuck in, where he was just deep in alcohol, deep in, not in a good headspace and all that. Said he pulled him out of that, and then he came up and immediately. So now he's like one of the most legendary fighters because within 11 fights, I think it's 11 fights, he became 2-time champion.
One of 9.
And 9? Oh.
One of 9 people to have dual.
Yeah, he's one of 9 people to have duels, but then he also got 2 titles in 11 fights total.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Insane.
Did you hear McGregor talk about when he decided he was going to do it full time? He was a plumber, and he said, I pulled up to a construction site in Dublin. It was raining, and I looked at the job site. I was there on time, and I looked out, and I said, I'm never doing this shit again. He said, I quit that day, and I lived on my buddy's couches and just trained every day until he went to the UFC in like a few months. He just was like, wow.
Man,
I'm not getting out of the car today. It's raining.
I always respect guys like that.
Yacht.
I always respect guys like that that can bet on themselves. Not necessarily in like, because I mean that any opportunity that could have gone.
Willing to risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I could have done that. Like, I would rather balance work, and let's use podcasting for this example. I'd rather balance work in this podcast than for me to say I'm going to quit work full-time podcast, or I'm going to quit work full-time do anything.
I misread the 100th episode. I thought we were going to announce we were quitting our jobs on Monday.
No.
I was like, is that how we're celebrating the 100th episode?
You see all this cool stuff we use? My job pays for most of this, so.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of pays, we need some more followers on Facebook.
Yeah, we're cruising in on 500.
Like if you're listening to us, go follow, and you haven't, go follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify.
And listen, if you're already following us, grab Meemaw's phone, follow us on Facebook. She'll be none the wiser. We get the follow. You know what I'm saying? Just hook us up.
And if you're not around Meemaw, grab anybody's phone that you're around, whether you know them or not. Just take them, say, you'll thank me later. Follow the podcast on every app that they've got downloaded.
Like us on MySpace.
As it stands right now, we're like 43 followers away on Facebook. 43. That's all we need more.
Yeah, especially since we have so many views on a lot of our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But no one likes the page.
Yeah, and like YouTube.
We don't like the page either, but we're asking you just to click the button. Like, you don't actually have to like it.
Just click like.
Yeah. Just be accounted. It's like a census.
Yeah.
But like, we have 29,000 views on YouTube now and 73 followers.
Yep. I actually looked at our analytics the other day, and 93% of our viewers do not subscribe to us.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a staggering number of people that do not subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, we could be monetized by now if they would just hit that little button.
Yeah, maybe we could quit our jobs.
Yeah.
Not right now.
So please.
If you think the quality's bad now, wait until we can do this full time.
Please hit the button.
Yeah. I will say, we got big things coming.
Big things.
Big things are coming in this next year.
Very big things.
So to close our episode out, we've got
huge.
We've got some new parts of the show coming. We've got a new studio coming at some point. We've got August 17th. We're looking to we're in works of getting some new sponsors. The next year 2 is going to be huge for the Iron Palace.
Huge.
Probably going to put on a stone lifting competition.
Yep. We've got a few competitions we're talking about. More information to come on those. So, if you don't like and subscribe and follow us, how are you going to know about it?
Yeah, you're going to miss out.
You're going to miss out. So
you're going to be very sad.
And no one likes to be the last one to know anything.
That's right. My mom will be disappointed in you.
Yep. And that's the last thing you want. If Linda's disappointed in you, you'll never gain that back. So
rough.
And comment on Bradley Martin stuff. Let him know we hate him.
Yep. Yeah. Tag him on there. Say hashtag Iron Palace wants that smoke.
Hashtag whack culture. Put that.
Yes. Hashtag Zoolander culture. All right. Anybody got anything else? All right. The quote of the day is, nothing is so strong as gentleness. Nothing so gentle as real strength.
That's a hell of a pickup line.